Okay, good. All right, steps on right. I'm going to show you today the actual setup for the arm trap and roll and escape from the guard. Explain the position itself. Currently, I'm in the top mount position, 4 points of contact, knee, knee, feet, feet. Sitting back, putting all the way on top of the individual's hips. Hands are up, provide a myriad of strikes, arm bars, choke outs from this particular position. Person on the bottom is in a defensive mode. Defensive mode, basically having his head off the ground to provide a buffer for double impact. So if I lay down a strike to his face or head or drop an elbow, he's not taking the full impact with his head to the ground and opening it up like Gallagher's watermelon, okay? Now he's gonna have his knees, his elbows on top of the inside of my thighs, providing a buffer to keep myself from coming into what we call a high or top mount or high mount. He's gonna have his hands protecting his face. He's gonna open up his hands right there so he can look through his fingers, providing himself maximum protection from strikes, okay? Just out so he won't continue to catch that ping pong action. From here, both of his knees are bent, feet flat to the ground. Okay? That's the basic position for top mount, and of course the person on the bottom for a defensive mode. From here, we're gonna go into the actual drill one. The person on the bottom is gonna do drill one itself, setting it up for the person on top, putting down a Homer Simpson choke or putting his hands on his pectoral muscles, just resting. The person on the bottom is gonna decide which way he wants to go. He's gonna decide to go right or left. He's gonna go ahead and swim one arm underneath that arm and trap the opposite hand with a thumbless grip. From there, he's gonna bring the same side arm up, secure either the elbow or the tricep with a Coke can grip. Coke cans, you hold it like this. Empty ones, you hold like this. From there, he's gonna trap the same side leg by bringing the knee on the outside of the ankle. Same time, simultaneously bringing this other leg center line of the spine. Okay, to finish the move itself, all he needs to do is arch his back, send his opponent over his head, and then roll to that trap side. Immediately sitting into a good guard posture, sitting back, looking at a wall, basically putting his elbows on the inside of the thighs, hold on, controlling at the waistline, either grabbing the hold the belt loops or the waistline or at the abdomen. Immediately I close my guard, interlocking the legs. I'm gonna go ahead and keep my head off the ground, protect my face, my elbows inwards. That's set up for basically the arm trap and roll. Now to escape the guard itself, all the person needs to do is decide which way he's gonna go. You're gonna probably end up going this direction here. So you're gonna bring this knee, center line of the spine. So you're gonna shoot this leg out at a 45-degree angle. From there, he's gonna create some space between the thighs. He's gonna swing this arm through, put his hand to the ground. From there, he's gonna shuck that knee up onto his shoulder. Now, as he does that, he slides his knee back into position and slides me up into what we call a boat ramp. Pulling my body weight off the ground, controlling my hips. That's the reason for it. From there, all he needs to do is bring his foot up into the armpit, reaches across with the same side of the arm into the collar or shoulder, depends on what kind of material you might have. From there, he pushes the body weight forward, drops his knee down, putting me on my neck. Okay, just for a moment, to savor the moment, all he needs to do is shuck this leg off the shoulder, all into the side control. Side control, immediately getting into this position. The leg here is straight out on that toe or flat feet, dropping his hips down to the ground, keeping his weight and pressure on my pectoral muscle or my chest. Good chest-to-chest relationship. The other elbow here into the elbow notch or on top of the neck. Now he's gonna bring the other leg, we'll scoot you around just some. Soft blocking here at the thigh, opposite elbow into the thigh itself, holding the person in place and controlling the hips. Okay? Person on the bottom, you're gonna grab hold of the hip, slide the arm through, tracing the waistline itself to hold the body in position. Opposite hand here, underneath the armpit, securing the shoulder blade to what we call a good tabletop position. You can mitigate or feel the body pressure of the individual by pushing up and down, seeing where he might be maybe set up for a counter. Okay, now the transitional position itself, person's gonna get from the side control into the top mount. The way he does that, with this same side arm here, he's gonna go ahead and grab the material of the waistline to keep control of this hip from turning in the direction he don't want to go. He's gonna bring this leg underneath, this leg over, slide it into a scissor kick, okay? Knee slightly bent, foot on the ground there. So in case I arch this direction, you can push and counter that direction. From there, you can control the legs by pushing and pulling this line in the spine. As he does that, you're gonna slide that leg through, tracing the waistline nice and low. As he sits up, he's gonna windshield wiper around, getting that good position into the top mount. This right here is drill one, arm trap and roll, escape the guard.
Whoa.